Hi all, and welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. I'm going to take a break from my channel and actually going to share this for a collab that I have been putting my hands up right now, because obviously it's my passion right now where it lies, of advocating for mental health and everything else. And I want to just take the time right now to thank Melissa and Annette for actually, seeing if anyone wants to collab. So I'm one of them, and obviously in saying this, that she wanted us to do something based on mental health of suicide. So this is going to be a triggered content warning based on what is being said. So this also will be a disclaimer for those of you who are really sensitive of this topic, but some of these topics need to be clearly addressed as well, as I want to share with you all today. Be it mental health or what have you, that are close to my heart to bring out. So in saying this, again, thank you, Melissa and Annette, for doing so. And as another disclaimer out here for you before I begin what I'm about to share with you all, basically is that I'm no medical doctor. I'm just your normal everyday Joe blog. So if you see any warning signs or symptoms pretty much in the past or present videos that I've shared, of the videos that you may have watched, seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or seek second opinion for yourself or your loved one, because I don't forever condone self-harm. And also, in saying this, basically, before I begin this, also, if you've seen some of my videos before, or if you want to see some of these videos of the Dear Letter series, I'll link the playlist above me right now, so that you can actually see what I'm all about as well as many other links to the description below with the suicide helpline and everything else that's here in New Zealand. So let's begin this. This one's going to be, as I said, a letter series to suicide, because obviously I have been through it or experienced going through suicide myself when I was in my pre-teens, even though in that time frame, obviously, as we know, based on that, it's kind of hard, because obviously, it was like in my time a copycat syndrome almost, trying to do everything like everyone else, if you know what I mean, trying to act cool, come collected and everything else. But anyway, this one's going to be, I don't know, a letter to my suicide or whatever, or another one is obviously, just dear suicide, a suicide part 2, I'll call it for now. To the ones that knew me or thought that they knew me, past and present, this is going to be hard for me to share with you all today as I sit and write this. This is not anyone's fault at all, but my fault alone of having to carry the burdens that I was carrying for so long. Please don't be forever blaming yourselves for what was done, however, and not seeing this as a warning sign, or sharing with me about how we can fight these demons together. I have been struggling for some time with my demons in the past, and I've been trying to fight them for so long, and that it feels like it's an everyday struggle with me, as well as with these everyday other battles that I have had forever long and has been forever lost. The reality of it all, though, wasn't the fight that I was fighting daily, day in, day out, wasn't going to be won, however. I tried to do my very darn hardest to hide away behind a mask, acting out everything was okay, when in fact, in reality, it wasn't okay. I was trying to brave out my days with this, however, that I was facing, by putting a bright smile on my face to hide the pain, haunts and taunts from these demons that I fought with and against. Behind the mask is someone who is struggling and have been trying to call for help or seek the help when I needed it the most. Yet I felt that despite what I have said and done, however, for others, that this wasn't good enough for them. To doubt to where were the others when I needed them the most. I tried to make everything pleasant and as quick as possible, however, to contemplate of these suicidal thoughts, to try and, battle it out every day and day out. I know that there are many times in my life, however, with these battles and wars, I just decided to give up. I decided now is the time to basically get on with it in my life. Despite in these everyday battles, struggles and wars that I was facing, I believed I had to give myself up, even though I still believe I could have won if I chose to, by choice. As well as in those choices, how to live my life and not let others basically dictate to how and what I say and how I act and everything else around them. Despite in these everyday struggles and that, even though some of my mental health of depression and everything else came knocking on my door, knock on wood, not just once, not just twice, but too many times in my life. Yes, I believe I had the power of choice to make the right choice through the good, bad and the ugly, however, with my life. In saying this though, however, I hope that with this being said, it wouldn't burden you and hurt you in any way, shape or form. I didn't want to bother you with all my everyday problems I was facing, as I thought of being known for a pest or just the problem. You came to my life for a reason, however. So did my mental health of the issues that I had in my time. Whatever that time and reason was, that I was so blinded by the white lies as well as with the darkness of the self-negativity that was feeding my soul and mind. Feeding and fueling my mind day in and day out with the darkest thoughts and fears along the way. Along with all of this, I was silently crying late at night behind closed doors with these tear-stained cheeks of mine flowing like waterfalls. These tears I cried were tears of feeling hopeless, helpless and worthless, as well as feeling trapped. I felt, despite it all, through my suicidal thoughts, that I will go through it all, despite that tugging and towing feeling. Was it reality or was it fate? Trying to figure out for myself, was this going to be my reality? Trying to figure out what was my actual purpose in life. Trying to figure out what else is there more to give. I'm sick and tired of being the good woman that I was. I am sick and tired of all the things that was in my world that I thought was mine and wasn't for mine for the taking in the first place. I felt as though I was reaching out to anyone, but no one even bothered to listen. Nobody even bothered to care, who even asked me, am I okay? Is there anything I can do? How am I? What am I feeling? Not once a voice of comfort came to my aid or rescue, as I was totally ignored these white lies that were still feeding me and fueling my thoughts that was taunting me. Telling me that I'm not worth it, I'm not perfect, no one will love me, no one will want me, and so much more. I know and felt that I didn't deserve anything in life, or anything good out of my life. I felt so weak and helpless, and felt like a total failure in the eyes of others around me. As far as I can remember, in those darkest moments, however, I pushed away everyone I did know and loved me, and I was spinning out of control and obviously spiraling down so fast. Some of the ones that I did push away did, however, care for me and love me, but they ended up turning their backs on me and walked away. And so I couldn't put the burden or my problems onto everyone else, because obviously I had to do it on my own. And I just sat there in that silence of these battles of mine, day in, day out. I know where some of my best parts has been before you came to visit me, however, be it my depression, anxiety and everything else that came in the works, as well as these suicidal thoughts that came with it of contemplating to end my life, as you came to visit me so many times before while growing up, not just when I was in my preteens, but earlier on at the tender age of 8, stealing away my joy, peace, hope and happiness and safe place. I know where some of my best parts were before this was robbed, however, even though I also knew where I belonged. I can no longer find my motivation or any of that motivation and drive just to keep on living and to continue my everyday life of trying to be normal, when normal is so underrated these days. Yes, I can see all my imperfections and flaws and much more, along with many other things. I felt I had no friends to really reach out to, that I can turn to and reach out. I feel so cold and alone and numb with this feeling I am feeling that is crippling me. So much with this fear and anxiety, along with all these other mixed emotions. I just want all of this turmoil, pain, torments, taunts and so much more to stop. No one will ever understand to help or what I'm feeling and why I'm acting in this strange, bizarre way, or even knowing what is going on inside my head, unless you want to live inside my head. You're welcome to it. You may end up saying that it's all in my mind, that I'm playing games, I'm seeking out for attention on whatever reasonings behind all this, how I'm feeling. But in reality, it's not. this is the real deal, this is me and how I feel. With these things that's going on inside my head of these everyday battles and struggles, it may look ugly as I go through it alone, mentally. If you really knew what was really going on inside this head of mine, you most likely will hate me. You may cut me out and cut me off and cast me out into the fire or out in the cold. Or also, you might end up just casting me out, cutting me up, and just, you know, not bother to actually stick with me, basically, while I'm facing these inner demons on my own that I'm fighting for. But every now and again, I am fighting for you to understand my everyday struggles, pains, and more. I pray and wish and hope that you will find the peace in knowing what to do and to understand to why I was doing this in the first place. I pray and also wish and hope that for you to know that this wasn't a selfish act on my part for what I chose to do. I hope that you will find peace and courage to understand and know that I'm not in any more pain from these demons that has been haunting and taunting me for most of my life. Finding that peace knowing that I'm not fighting these demons and so much more I've been fighting for quite so long are forever now gone. I just felt that, again, I wasn't good enough for anyone after reaching out and being ignored for this long. For what reason? If I was to reach out once more, I may end up being laughed at again, being taunted, haunted, point the finger at, you name it, it's all there. As well as sadness, basically, it would have been just a repeated cycle of what I was going through. I am sorry to anyone that has come to my path for whatever reason for causing so much pain and grief. That this will all have been caused for you. As this wasn't my intention to try and end my life after struggling for so long. Of these demons I was fighting against. I pray for this pain that I have come to hurt again emotionally and spiritually. I pray that you will remember and reminisce over all the good times we had together for the ones that came into my life regardless of who you and what you are. I forever want to, at this point of time, to flip the switch, take down some pills or whatever form of method to ease this pain I'm feeling myself. I just wanted to keep feeding and fueling my darkest demons by what it wants until it had that control of me, of everything around me, as well as my thoughts, actions, and more. Put it on this state of overdrive. The switch inside of me to try and turn off to stop the hurt, pain, and harm that I'm causing for myself and others around me. I want to let go of myself so that no pain to feel anymore of any kind. Please find in your heart to forgive me and to whatever I have said and done or have chosen to do in my life, as I couldn't have coped anymore. To the ones that knew and loved me and came into my life to stay, I am done and sick and tired of pretending that everything is okay when it wasn't. I'm sick and tired of trying to be someone that I wasn't. You will eventually move on after grieving for me, and that you will eventually in time forget about me. I love you all that has come to my life for a reason, and I will always will. I can't live like this anymore, and I am forever sorry, and please don't be forever bitter to my decisions that I ended up leading to this point of time. I didn't want this and how my life to end. Despite it all, I knew that I had a lot more to give and a lot more to shine of my purpose and greatness that I had. Don't hate me, please, as I don't know what to do. I love you all and be free as I am free in spirit now too. Goodbye, loved ones. Well, this quickly ends based on what I'm sharing with you all. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Smash the like, comment below. Feel free to follow me on my social medias. Also, feel free to visit Melissa Annette's channel when I'm going to link it in the description below, as well as also following her social medias if I can find them all. Feel free to also private message me if you need to. Feel free to also just turn on the notification bell so you can keep up to date with the new content. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because as I said, I'm hoping to do some of this content in other variations Monday to Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending on my schedule and everything else. So no further ado, guys, thanks for your support, thanks for watching, do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you next time.